Good morning, guys. I hope everyone is staying safe and healthy this holiday season. Today, I wanted to share with you a What I Eat in a Day winter edition and a bit of my routine now since I am back in the cold New York weather. I find it a little more difficult to get myself awake and out of bed on these cold mornings, so I start by letting in some light and then using this new app I found called Breathwork. This app gives you breath patterns to help you wake up, energize, calm down, go to sleep, and much more. It has upgrades you can purchase, but I just use the free versions, and I've been loving giving myself the extra boost in the morning, as well as using it to help me get to sleep quicker at night. This morning I chose Awake and chose to do it for 1 minute and 20 seconds, and then all you have to do is follow along with the circles on when to inhale and exhale. It also gives you vibrations and sound effects, so you don't have to keep watching your phone to know when to switch. Once I finish my breathing, I'm ready to get out of my bed and get my day started. So the next thing I like to do in the morning is make my bed so my room is all put together. And then I just throw on a nice warm hoodie and head downstairs. In the winter, the first thing we do in our house when we get up is start a fire. We have a wood-burning fireplace to help heat the house. Usually my mom does this, but she wasn't here, so she set everything up for me, and all I had to do was light it up and then keep it stocked for the day. And once the fire is going for a while, it gives off so much heat, and our favorite place to sit on cold days is right in front of the fireplace. Once I have the fire going nice and strong, it's time to get a big glass of water. I like to drink water first thing in the mornings to rehydrate my body, get some more energy, and get my metabolism going. This is also when I take my vitamin B12 to make sure I remember to take it every day. Since I am vegan, this is one of the nutrients most unavailable to my diet, so I supplement it to ensure I am getting what I need. Once my body is rehydrated, I get myself a nice warm cup of coffee. I don't always have coffee in the morning, but since I'm back at my mom's, she always has it ready in the morning, so it's hard to resist. And since it's getting close to Christmas, I'm using the Nut Pods Peppermint Mocha Creamer to make my coffee a bit more festive. Once I have my coffee how I like it, I take it back into the living room to enjoy it in front of the warm fire. Once I was all warmed up, I headed down to the cold basement to get my workout in. After my morning workout, I have my first meal of the day. And keep in mind, this is just what I ate today, but every day looks a little different. Today, I'm starting with a chocolate peanut butter protein shake. To make this, I start by adding a handful of ice to the blender and then 1 frozen banana. Next, I added a couple handfuls of spinach, picking out any bad pieces. I don't always include spinach in my protein shakes, but on this day I felt like I needed some veggies. Then I add around 14 to 16 ounces of almond milk, pretty much just eyeballing it until I think I have the amount that I want. And then I add 1 scoop of whatever vegan chocolate protein I have at the time. Today I use the Vega protein, but I typically use the Orgain protein. And lastly, I added a couple big spoonfuls of PB Fit powder. Then I brought it all over to the blender base and blended it until it was nice and smooth, or at least as smooth as this blender could get it. Then I just served it up and headed back by the fire yet again to try and stay warm while drinking a cold shake. I knew I would need more food for my breakfast today since I had an intense workout, so once I started feeling hungry again after the shake, I made the rest of my breakfast, which consisted of 2 pieces of avocado toast. I threw 2 slices of whole wheat bread into the toaster, and while that was toasting, I got out the rest of my ingredients and sliced up half an avocado. Once the toast was ready, I smeared the avocado all over it and then added hot sauce, nutritional yeast, cracked pepper, and pink Himalayan sea salt. I love savory and spicy foods, so this avocado toast always hits the spot for me. At 2:30, I started feeling pretty hungry again, so I made a couple black bean burritos. These burritos are one of my favorites to make because it's so simple and still healthy and full of flavor. I start by opening my can of beans and thoroughly rinsing them to get all the canned water and some of the extra salt off of them. I then got out the wraps and ingredients I wanted, put the beans in a microwave-safe bowl, and heated them up for a couple minutes in the microwave. While the beans were heating up, I started layering my wraps. First, I start with a layer of hummus. Any kind works. Today I used the red pepper hummus, but my favorite for these burritos is the garlic hummus. So I just put a couple scoopfuls on each wrap and then just spread it out nice and thin. Once that was all spread out, I put a layer of spinach on each wrap. And then I sliced up some tomato and laid that on top of the spinach. By this time, the beans are all warmed through, so I got them out of the microwave and scooped half into each wrap. And to top it off, I added quite a bit of hot sauce because, again, I love spicy foods. And then I just used this burrito wrapping technique that I learned from watching my wraps get made at a burrito place I used to go to. So I just fold one side over and pull everything tight to the center, then fold in each side of the wrap, and finally roll it over, and it stays together perfectly. Then just do the same thing to the other wrap and you're done. Burrito taste test. So good. In the evening, just before the sunset, my sister and I took a short walk to get some fresh air. When we got back from our walk, my sister had dinner, and watching her eat made me feel like I wanted food, so I decided to cut up some apples since I hadn't had much fruit yet today, and make some peanut butter with the PB Fit powder. To make the peanut butter, you just mix 2 tablespoons of the powder with 1 tablespoon of water, and mix it until it's nice and creamy. I never had PB Fit powder like this before, but it tasted okay and got the job done. And then I just used my apple slicer to quickly and easily cut my apple. I definitely was not hungry yet at this point, but it still tasted pretty good. Since I had a late snack and a pretty big lunch, I ended up holding off on eating dinner until about 8 p.m. This is pretty late for me. I typically eat dinner closer to 6:30 or 7, but like I said earlier, every day is different. So for dinner, I made a rice bowl with some tofu and some leftovers. I started off by making a big pot of rice, and while that was cooking, I fried up some tofu. To make the tofu, I used half a block of extra firm tofu and cut it into small pieces, and then added it to the frying pan on medium-high. Then I added some balsamic vinegar and a couple splashes of soy sauce. And just stirred it all up to make sure all the tofu was covered in the sauces. And then I left it to fry until the pan was dried up and the tofu was getting crispy on the outside. Once everything was done, I got a bowl and added a couple scoops of rice, some leftover pineapple coleslaw and pineapple salsa my mom made earlier this week, and then I added the pan-fried tofu on top. And once again, I topped it all off with a spicy sauce, and then dinner was ready. I ended my night having dinner and watching a Christmas movie with my mom and sister. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you in the next one.